So for this week's 327 discussion, we had to answer a few questions based on the standards that we had chosen last week. So the first question is, scanning your entire curricular standards document, what percentage of each type of learning target would you estimate there? So the standard I chose were Indiana third grade math standards, and it was based on computation. So I said it was 50% knowledge and 50% performance because you have to know how to complete the problem and know the steps to completing the problem, as well as being able to perform, because by the end of the year, the third grade standard wants students to be fluent in their facts. So you have to be able to perform what you know based on your knowledge. So that's why I said it was 50-50. The second one was just listing out the 4 types of assessments that were in the readings. So they are selected response tasks, written response tasks, performance tasks, personal communication, and questioning. So the third question was, considering the percentages of different standard types as well as developmental appropriateness, what type of assessment should be used most and least often in a class for that content area / grade? Support your judgment with evidence from the reading as well as your own ideas. So I think that the most used would be performance tasks and written response tasks. So performance tasks would be important for this standard because it helps us check for fluency. So if we see how students are performing on something like a minute math worksheet or like a daily facts worksheet, then we can, as a teacher, use the data to know, okay, this is how they're performing. Now here's what we need to do for the students to perform better next time. So I think that would be important, as well as written response tasks. So writing the response rather than picking from a multiple choice answer, because when you're just picking from a multiple choice answer, it's easier to guess, and sometimes you get lucky when you guess. So having the students actually write out the answer would help us know where their fluency is at with the math facts. So based off what I just said, I think that personally the one that I would use the least is selected response, because I just think that it would be more beneficial for this standard to write out your response rather than pick one. So the last question was, in your view, how consistent is the emphasis on particular learning target types in your standards document with the abilities you expect students would need for further learning in the subject area or in related careers or adult life? So I think that this learning target is extremely important in your life, not just for future math classes. I mean, you take math classes up until college and everything just builds off of each other. So not just because of that, but also I use addition, subtraction, division, all of that on a daily basis. When you're adding money or subtracting money or seeing how much change you owe someone, that's addition and subtraction. Or when I was moving to my apartment, for instance, I needed to multiply the dimensions of my room to find the area to know how big of a rug I could get. So just simple things like that in your daily life. You use addition and subtraction and multiplication and division, and so therefore it's a very, very useful skill that students will use for the rest of their lives.